Descend into psychotic madness as a young warrior attempts to rescue the soul of a loved one from the underworld in Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Welcome everyone to another Sergeant Sentinel gaming review video. I'm SSG, aka Sergeant Sentinel, and today we're discussing Ninja Theory's 2017 action-adventure Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. But before we continue, I want to say thanks if you're watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button if you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new content, whether it's live streams or new game review videos. Alright, first things first. I didn't like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice when it first released. Not at all. I played through maybe the end of the first chapter and I dropped it like a bad habit. I didn't play it with headphones. I went into it after having played a few other games that were action-packed, white-knuckle, edge-of-your-seat testosterone slugfests. And in retrospect, I believe that kind of had me going in with the wrong mindset. Hence why I dropped it at the time and didn't look back. I even complained that it was boring, mundane, and not worth investing time into. Again, in retrospect, that was definitely the wrong mindset, and thankfully years later I've rectified that by giving this psychological thriller my undivided attention, and it was definitely worth it. So Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice places you in the boots of a young female warrior who is navigating through hell on a perilous journey to save the soul of a deceased loved one. Along the way, she has to battle her own internal demons, including her father, if she is to survive the unforgiving foes that eagerly await her, if for no other reason than to tear her limb from limb and cast her soul into the depths of the underworld. While not the most graphically impressive game when it released, or even now for that matter, it has a natural beauty and aesthetic to it that makes it feel as if Senua's world is living, breathing, and one you just want to stand and marvel at along the way. The sound design is top notch, and the headphone emphasis adds so much more depth to the gameplay. The constant bickering and, at times, panicking of the internal voices that Senua constantly hears can be helpful at times and drive you bonkers at others, and truly feels as if you're starting to understand why the young warrior struggles so much with her internal turmoil that has her being a shell of what she once was. Additionally, the environmental sounds as you navigate through darker, more treacherous levels is nerve-wracking, and only adds to the psychological horror aspect of the game. The gameplay is balanced between duels, puzzles, and walking/navigating from one point to the next. One of the biggest complaints I've heard about this game is that there is nowhere near as much action as other titles that are third-person narrative adventures, and while this is technically true, it should also be stated that the action in this game is very meticulously planned. It's not mindless brawls. Every single event has a purpose, a reason for existing, and the puzzles all tie into progression throughout the story in a meaningful way. Yes, there is a lot of walking in this game, but it is by no means a walking simulator, and this game allows you to take in the ambient sound, the lunatics in your head, and the amazing sights Senua sees throughout her journey. Now, as far as being a gamer goes, I'm kind of picky. I have a pretty high standard a lot of times, and that's a good thing because I have discerning taste, but that's also a bad thing because there are some games that I should pay more attention to that I don't necessarily pay attention to, and I feel like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was unfortunately one of those games that I ignored for so many years just because initially I thought it was boring. That's obviously not the case, and it does have excitement to it, but it's not, again, going to be on par with something like Gears of War or even The Last of Us, even though they do share some similarities. So my advice for anyone wanting to check this out is go in with an open mind. Put the headphones on. Don't have a lot of other distracting stuff going on in your house. Really give this game the solid 11, 12 hours and lose yourself in it. Really try to understand things from the protagonist's perspective, and I think doing that is really gonna help you to appreciate this game for what it is. And I feel like this game is halfway between being an interactive movie and a video game. The same is true of the second one, and I will have a review on that later on, but I wanted to put this review together first, especially since Ninja Theory really tries to be unique with this title and tries to do something that's not copying from anyone else, and I think they definitely deserve some respect for that. So if I was going to give this a grade, I would say it's 8 out of 10. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it is pretty good, and it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't checked it out yet. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Have you played Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice? Do you got any thoughts on it? Definitely leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, share it with someone else who might enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new content. This is SSG, aka Sergeant Sentinel. Take it easy, gamers.